What's the strangest, craziest, wackiest animal you can think of? It doesn't have to be real, so get creative. Whatever you came up with. Does it look as weird as this? Number 10 is the star-nosed mole. Have you seen this little guy yet? If not, look a little harder on your next hike. That is, if you live along the east coast of North America. The star-nosed mole might look strange, but he smells great. That is to say, that this mole has 25,000 tiny sensory receptors on its snout to help it navigate underground. Did I mention it can also smell underwater? Number 9 is the Japanese spider crab. Rumor has it, these crabs will eat just about anything, even humans. Likewise, some Japanese restaurants serve them as a delicacy. And why should these crabs be considered anything less? With legs reaching up to 3.8 meters and an overall body weight of 19 kilograms, the Japanese spider crab is the biggest of its kind. They've also been known to live up to 100 years, which might explain why they can be a little grabby. Number 8 is the lowland street tenrec. This is what you'd get if a hedgehog, a porcupine, and a bumblebee somehow made a baby. But don't laugh, the yellow on this guy's coat is a bold warning. Should predators decide to attack it while it's foraging for food, the tenrec's sharp quills will detach in self-defense. Number 7 is the blobfish. No, it doesn't sound very exciting, and it doesn't look it either. But this fish is only pouting because it's been taken out of its natural habitat. Blobfish live deep underwater, sometimes further down than 300 meters. And for that reason, they've got very light and soft bones, so that their bodies can compress without breaking anything. But that means that if they're pulled out of the water, they pretty much turn to jelly and end up looking like this. Aye, number 6. That wasn't a nautical pun. This creature is called an aye, but no one really knows why. What we do know is that this diabolical-looking lemur is the world's largest nocturnal primate. It also has a unique way of using its long, narrow fingers to pick grubs from trees. In Madagascar, where the aye is from, locals used to see them as bad luck and would kill them on sight. Aye are now an endangered species and protected by law. Number 5 is the red-lipped batfish. At 75 meters below sea level, who needs to wear makeup? Well, this batfish isn't doing it for you. His lips are red so that he can attract a female. Despite being technically called a fish, the red-lipped batfish are poor swimmers, so they use their pectoral fins to basically walk along the ocean floor. Number 4 is... Wait, where'd it go? Can you see it? That's a leaf-tailed gecko. They can be found in Madagascar. Or can they? These geckos are famous for being able to disguise themselves as leaves to hide from predators. In dire circumstances, they can shed their tails to trick their enemies into thinking that they really are just another leaf. Ever vigilant, this gecko doesn't even have eyelids. Instead, it's got a transparent covering over its eyes, which it licks periodically through the day to keep clean. Number 3 is another powerful little bugger. But unlike the leaf-tailed gecko, mantis shrimps tend to be a lot more colorful, and they live underwater. Though pretty common creatures found around the world, mantis shrimps aren't very well known, since they spend a lot of time digging tunnels and hiding under rocks. But you'd be wrong to call them cowards. A mantis shrimp stores its energy in its arms and can throw a punch as powerful as a .22 caliber bullet. Number 2 is the proboscis monkey. Clearly, his nose stands out, and that's the point. Amongst males of this species, the bigger the nose, the more successful they are in attracting female mates. From a human perspective, it's a little less flattering. The proboscis monkey is from Indonesia, but locals used to call them Dutch monkeys, after Dutch colonists, who they also saw as having large noses and bellies. Last but not least, number 1 looks like it's from a different planet, or perhaps a different universe. This is the blue dragon nudibranch. Before you get too excited, you should know that it's just a sea slug. It floats on warm waters off the coasts of South Africa, Australia, and Mozambique. But that doesn't mean it's lazy. The blue dragon takes on prey that's bigger than itself, and it can even absorb venom from its enemies and use it against them. So there you have it. 10 weird creatures you've never seen before. But now that you have, wouldn't you like to see what else is out there? Tune in next time for more crazy creatures.